You sent me a screenshot. Literally, it looked like a drug deal on Facebook, right?
Facebook moms groups are going off. It is crazy. It used to be, hey, how do I lose 5 to 10 kilos? Like, what exercises can I do? Now it's just literally, hey, GLP-1s. Should I do it?
This is the thing no one's talking about. We now have a generation of women that are injecting themselves to get skinny in front of their kids.
I'm just envisioning like all these school moms are just fucking injecting themselves once their kids go to bed. And I'm like, this is crazy.
I know I have a different circumstance. I've been thrust through something like cancer. I trained all through chemo, not because I wanted to fucking look skinny like I did at 21, but to fucking literally save my life. Kids, work, school lunches, dinner, doing the washing, cleaning the house, taking the kids to after school activities. When was the last time you had a minute for you? If you follow me on socials, you'll know that we just came back from a retreat in Bali and it was incredible. You're in a new place, you don't have your day-to-day responsibilities weighing you down, your guard getting stiffness and agitated. If you missed out, don't stress. It's happening again in October and this time in the big Byron Bay. It's 3 nights away. It includes your accommodation, all your meals, drinks, nutrition workshops, mindset workshops, yoga, workouts, and most importantly, space. Space to breathe, space to move your body, have a laugh, meet women just like you, learn something about yourself, and have a minute where no one is asking you what's for dinner. Spots are limited, so if you are craving a reset, come with us. I'd love to cut you there. Head to danniduncan.com.au/Byron. I can retreat according to cats. Hello and welcome back to Life with Danni Duncan. I hope you're having an awesome day. I was just saying right to our guest today that I'm in my house by myself for the first time, I maybe would say potentially ever. And I usually sort of keep Fridays a bit clear. And I literally got to shower in the middle of the day and blow dry my hair, which is very fucking rare. So I hope you are feeling on top of the world as like me. But the conversation today, I really hope is I don't know, I don't want to say balance, it's actually the wrong word. But we know GLP-1 medications and like Ozempic are everywhere now. And I feel like every woman and her dog are on them. And I had a great discussion with Amelia Phillips on the potty the other month around the nutritional standpoint, and she answered some great questions around them. And don't get me wrong, I definitely think they have their place. I don't think anyone is denying that, but I think it's just gone a bit crazy. And I'm a bit worried, to be honest. There's a topic that no one seems to be actually talking about. And I want to get my friend Bailey on to have this discussion because we do voice note a bit back and forward. We have very similar views. So welcome, man.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Gonna get me in trouble with yourself.
I know. Well, you sent me a screenshot the other week of like literally it looked like a drug deal on Facebook, right? Between women.
Yes, Facebook moms groups are going off. It is crazy. And yeah, we haven't even got into it yet, but I'm seeing this going trend. It used to be, hey, how do I lose 5 to 10 kilos? Like, what exercises can I do? Like, what can I do with my food? That used to be the conversation, right? And
Yeah.
now it's just literally, hey, GLP-1s, should I do it?
Yeah.
They're not even asking about diet and exercise anymore.
No. I mean, to the point where actually I saw one the other day, I think I said it too as well. And it was like, I don't have time to exercise or prep my food. What injections are everyone taking? I was like,
Yeah, that's 2026 for you right there.
yeah, like to be honest, I used to get annoyed who used to ask what skinny shakes they were taking.
Yeah, honestly. There was a bit of that, but I would rather that than fucking wait, what inject? Like, I'm just envisioning like all these school moms are just fucking injecting themselves once their kids go to bed, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Crazy. And that's exactly what I want to talk about, right? I feel like this is the thing no one's talking about. We now have a generation of women that are injecting themselves to get skinny in front of their kids.
Yeah, scary.
Like, I'm not okay about it. I think, like, I don't know if you want to just quickly tell everyone, like, a bit about your, like, background around your relationship with food and your body and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so in high school, I had an eating disorder, which probably stemmed from a bit of sexual abuse and all of that within those years. And also feeling like I wanted control over my body, which really I had no control. And so a lot of the times with the GLP-1s, people are like, oh, but the food noise, I don't have food noise anymore. I'm like, I had food noise for 10 years.
Mm.
And I understand it is debilitating sometimes and it's all you think about and it's exhausting. but there is a root issue as to why it's happening, and you're putting a Band-Aid over it
Mm.
because as soon as you come off of it, the food noise is coming back.
Yeah.
But basically, I got pregnant pretty young, 20, and then I had my second at 22, and then I was getting on my health and fitness again, but it was very much like lots of cardio, eating like a rabbit. I didn't understand any of it.
Mm.
And then when I started understanding like nutrition a bit more and strength training and all of that, the direction really did change for me to I want to get strong. I want to fuel my body. I don't want to look like a little leaf. Like I want to look
Yeah.
strong. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why isn't this happening? Like I'm eating low calories, I'm doing cardio, but I look like a toddler.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like my body looks like a 12-year-old boy. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, and then I got into strength training and now I truly could care less what I weigh. I'm just focused on eating enough to fuel my sessions and I love, seeing myself get stronger. And yeah, I guess that's a quick version of it, but I do definitely understand what it feels like to have food noise and to hate what you look like and hate what you see and being very negative towards yourself. And I think a lot of women can relate to that,
Yeah.
fortunately. But yeah, it took me well, long time to get to where I am now. And it was fucking hard.
Yeah, it is fucking hard. I mean, I like very, I'm similar in regards to, so mine stemmed from a combination of things. So I was a ballet dancer. So let's be honest, not a great
Yeah.
start in my body image. And then, like everyone thinks I slandered my mum. I absolutely love my mum. She's the best. But like she also came, like that generation came from a generation where it was all about diets and like, looking a certain way. So, she wasn't great in regards to, I suppose, things she said about my body, the things she said about food, like, don't eat that. Do you really need that? And you're like, things like that. And then, of course, like, I remember reading Cosmopolitan magazine when I was in my teens and like seeing like Kate Moss on the cover and she was so skinny and like literally just being like, how do I get like that? And then I feeling like maybe that was like the ultimate. And I felt like potentially if I looked like that, I'd feel like I'd be valued, I'd be worthy, and people
Mm.
would like me and men would notice me and like all that kind of stuff, especially in my late teens. I remember like, like literally Dolly magazine, Cosmopolitan, like what diet she's on, like, what she's not eating, like all this stuff, like low fat, like I used to go to the supermarket and look like low fat yogurt, low fat cheese, low fat peanut butter, low fat this, like it was low fat. That was good.
We grew up in a crazy time.
Crazy time.
I feel like that's why this triggers me so much because I'm like, we're fucking going backwards
I
and it
know.
bothers me.
It really bothers me. Like, even like for example, like I love Victoria Beckham, but she's fucking still too skinny. But she was literally like one of my role models when I was younger because she was so fucking skinny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's so funny as well, like you say, like took you ages. And I don't want this like conversation to be like slanting like fat loss meds, right? I want it to come from a perspective of like, what are we actually doing as a society? Because you as a coach, me as a coach, we see our like our clients, right? And half the reason they've got problems is because of how the generation before, like all that stuff, right, that we just talked about in the 90s. And so what are we actually doing to our kids? Like I couldn't think of anything worse than my kids, and not just my girls, right? Because this affects boys as well. But like
Mhm.
I couldn't think of anything worse than my kids having the mind fuck that I had. And like you said, I got a comment actually the other day on one of my posts that said, if you knew what like, if you knew what it was either food noise or something, like, if you knew what not being comfortable in your body was like, you would understand. And I'm like, "Babe,
Yeah,
like, just because I haven't been overweight does not mean I have not been in a place where I fucking hated my body, hated food, and, like, yeah, had that food noise."
yeah, and it's the assumption. It's like, wow, you know a lot about me from one post.
Yeah.
And it's like if people convince themselves it's like they would never know what it feels like to make themselves feel better for the decision they're making.
Yeah.
But it's like if you are confident in the decision you're making, then you don't need to defend yourself and you don't need to be upset about it either.
Ooh, that's really true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I couldn't think of anything worse than my kids doing this. And, like, I just would love to know, what are their kids like, these women that are injecting themselves, like, what are we showing our kids?
Yeah. Well, exactly. I think it's already bad with like, ultra processed food, the screen times. going outside to play or moving your body is optional. It's not forced anymore. Routine and structure is not quite there either.
Mm.
I don't know if it goes along the lines of the gentle parenting. Like, I try my best, but
Yeah.
it's like, oh, the kid decides this and they get to lead this. And it's like, you're the fucking leader.
Mm.
You're running the show. So yeah, it's scary. And then it's like kids don't have grit. They can't do hard things. And then we're seeing like the generation now of teenagers, they're all anxious and depressed
Mm.
because they're eating like shit. They're not going outside. They're socializing on a screen. It's like it's already fucked up.
Yeah.
And then we're adding this on top of it.
Yeah. You know, when you put it like that, that's a lot of shit, right?
The generation that the teen generation right now, they're already not doing good.
Yeah.
So let's just add, let's say the next generation is going to be on weight loss medications for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Who knows how that affects their brain? And it's like, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. And like you said, like they've not got this grit and resilience. And then they're seeing their parents. Like, I know you shared it. I haven't shared it yet, but there's that news article around how saying, like, to combat this obesity crisis, let's inject parents so that the parents are skinnier so the kids have a role model. But I'm like, you said it, I think, in your post. And I'm like, but hang on, we're not actually teaching the kids anything because you haven't changed a habit. You haven't actually
Yeah.
instilled anything. And always showing kids is, oh, well, if you get too fat, like you can just inject this thing and then you're fine. Like, don't worry about your health. Don't worry about moving more. Like you said, don't worry about getting off your screens. Like, just, yeah, I just suppose I just worry, like, what people think. Like, what are we telling it? What are they telling their kids? Do you know what people are telling their kids?
I have no idea. Like, and on that topic, it's like basically they're saying if you're a smaller version of yourself, you'll be a healthier version. And that's not always the case.
No, no.
And it's like, it's it's about the journey that is actually gonna get you the results, that's actually gonna change your life, and, a lot of people say, "But I still track my macros, I still work out, I still do this." Those people, fucking amazing. Like, sure, you're on the GLP-1 and you're changing your lifestyle.
Yeah.
That I can applaud. You went down that path, that's fine. But for, I'm gonna say 90% of people,
Mm.
they're not doing that.
No, no.
And you can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, the posts on Facebook that we've both seen, like, tell otherwise. Like, I don't have time for the gym. I don't have time to work out. I literally, actually, I think I shared it with you. I actually might have shared it on my page. The other day, I got that message from that woman, and this is like a perfect example, actually. And actually, her response was fucking gold. And you know what? You know what I'm like. I'm very honest.
Yeah.
She said, "What do you think of weight loss injections? I'm not on them, but I'm thinking about it. I'm a mum of 5 and a nana to 4, and I'm around 5 kilos overweight. Do we even call 5 kilos overweight? I don't."
Don't even get me started. Chasing the last 4 to 5 kilos for the rest of your life is not worth it.
It's not worth it. If you are only 5 kilos overweight, that is not going to severely impact your health.
And
Like,
my weight fluctuates between, like, 3 kilos if I took a shit that day or not.
so
So, like, don't let it.
literally, like, anyway, she goes further from that. Lots of my friends are on it, and I'm just not shifting any weight. I walk daily. I'm starting to lift weights, and I say I eat 60% good, right? So you can
Mhm.
imagine what I said, right? I was like, well, a couple of things here. Like we just said, 5 kilos is fucking nothing. Like, come
Yeah.
on, girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, I literally worked out actually the other week for a client of mine at the retreat I was on because she's like, I put on 12 kilos in the last year. I don't know where it's come from. It must be perimenopause. And we literally worked out that 300 calories extra a day is 12 kilos over a year. And she was having this new job she had taken on. She was drinking a cocktail every night because the chef was giving it to her.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's all you have to do. You actually don't have to fucking do any more exercise or eat anything less just to prove that one thing. And that's 12 kilos a year. So, it's not massive. And then I went on to say, well, like, there is so much here you can do. Like 60-40 food. Come on, you
Yeah.
know, just walking. Like, really? And so I was very honest with my response. And then she said, thank you so much for answering. I really appreciate taking the time. You are right. I don't have any excuses and I don't actually drink alcohol. I'm just being fucking lazy. And I was like, yes.
I
She's
love
like,
that.
this is the kick I needed. And I'm like, you know, Amazing, amazing. And then imagine if all women were actually like that and actually acknowledge the fact because I think you call someone lazy and whoa,
They lose their shit.
they lose their shit.
Because people can't take radical responsibility of their actions.
Mm,
They would rather lie to themselves
mm,
about how much work they're putting in, when in reality they're probably putting in none,
mm.
and convincing themselves they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just worry that we've got this generation coming up. Like you said, they're already pretty fucked. Like it's hard already. And then you've got this generation that is just, I don't understand what we're going to tell a kid. Like, I just, like you said, we're back to skinny wave. We're going to have kids inject themselves. We don't know the long term effects of taking it consistently, in any like, yeah, we've got like 20 years of research from people that are diabetic and that are severely obese. But like, what about your average mum who wants to lose 5 kilos?
Yeah.
I just don't think we're talking about this part enough. Because as well, like you said, like you want to be strong now, right? Like, how did you turn that around? Like, at what point did you go, this is absolutely a bit fucked up. I need to start eating more and lifting more weights?
There wasn't like a moment, but it was a slow transition. And I don't know if social media played a role. Like my algorithm showed me strong at people. And at the time, like growing your booty was a huge thing. And everyone's like, look, you want to grow your butt? You got to eat more and you got to lift heavy. And I'm like, fuck, okay, I'd like to do that. And so I just slowly started doing it. And, also my kids, like I want energy and, being very thin and maintaining that. Like, yeah, I had fucking great abs. Like when I was like 15 kilos lighter, I'm like, damn, I was shredded. But that was all I had. Like I just have genetically defined abs, okay?
Yeah.
Everything else looked like a noodle. So I'm like, yeah. And then getting stronger for them, having them see that was important to me as well. But I think it was really like seeing myself get stronger. And I was like, this feels really good. Like,
Yeah.
this is cool. Like,
Yeah.
I really like this. And now, yeah, I do powerlifting. And that's like the only thing I care about. I mean, besides family and everything else all I care about is like getting stronger. And yeah, I'm in an environment now, like in a powerlifting gym where everyone is so strong. And I'm like the fucking low dog in the room and little dog. And it's like so motivating. And yeah, I'm like, fuck being skinny. That shit's exhausting.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it is exhausting. And actually, back to my shower before I got into this podcast, I was thinking that because I was thinking, I'm actually the happiest
Mm.
I've ever been in my life, right? I got some clear blood tests the other day because I was having a bit of anxiety earlier in the week. So now that I've had those clear blood tests for my cancer surveillance, I'm like, I've got my health. I'm strong as fuck. I can eat so much because I move so much and I fucking love eating. That's the other thing. Like, I know I'm going on a tangent now, but like, when you take these drugs, it takes away your enjoyment of food. That's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we bond and celebrate and do a lot around food.
100%.
And yeah, a lot of that is gone. And yeah, it makes you eat so much less. Like depending on the dosage people are on, like a lot of people just aren't eating.
They're not eating. And they're
It's
not eating enough. Like, if your body is only able to, say, eat 1,000 to 1,200 calories, which is what a lot of the people are eating, and then you're not actually changing your nutrition. If people like for this lady, for example, who is eating 60-40, that 60-40 of 1,000 calorie diet versus 60-40 of, say, like a 2,500 calorie diet is not enough nutrients to actually help your body thrive long term.
well, that's the problem. And then, for like bowel cancer and stuff, like they're probably already not getting enough fiber.
No.
And then this is really like, because let's say you aren't hungry and you have one meal to eat.
Mm.
You already have like bad relationship with food and you already eat mostly ultra processed, your one meal is probably going to be McDonald's
Yeah.
or pizza or
Yeah.
a microwave pizza. Like your one meal a day is probably going to be shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And I jumped onto a live yesterday actually and said this on my page because I think what people don't realize as well is I know everyone wants everything now, right? And I know I have a different circumstance. I've been thrust through something like cancer. You get thrust in your face and it really makes you fucking wake up. Like, I trained all through chemo, not because I wanted to fucking look skinny like I did at 21, but to fucking literally save my life. Like, I wanna be here when I'm 60, 70, 80, 90. I wanna live to 100. It's what I told my gastroenterologist as soon as I got my fucking diagnosis, right? Like, "What do you mean? I'm living to 100. This isn't gonna help," you know? And to do that, like, you have to eat. You have to, like, be strong. I think we spoke about this on our last podcast, didn't you say, like, the main reason people end up in nursing homes is because they can't fucking get off the toilet by themselves?
Because you have no muscle mass.
Yeah.
Because it starts to decrease by 30, 35
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, getting up off the couch, getting off up the toilet, like, people can't do that.
No. And we're
So,
already before Ozempic, we already had an issue, like, I had a stat the other day, like, after 30, 90% of people will never sprint again.
I mean, I might be that one of those
I was
people.
gonna say and you're more like
I
running.
fear that might be me, but anyways, no. I can sprint down the street, surely.
Yeah, but, like, I
I
mean,
can
like,
do that.
like, it's so funny actually watching kids, right? They're running everywhere. They're doing I mean, my kids anyway. My kids are outside, all the time, like, running everywhere and yeah, like, I was running after them the other day. We've got a massive backyard now, which is really cool, and, like, running and sprinting, and obviously I'm a runner, so I've got that aspect. But, like, even if you're not a runner, you stop doing that after 30. You stop having fun,
Yeah.
and that in turn is only gonna get worse, and if you then fall over and you have this low bone density as you get older and you can't, like, I know everyone wants it now, but, like, I reckon we go talk to, like, some grannies in their 70s and 80s, right? They
Mhm.
don't give a fuck if they, like, and don't look skinny,
Yeah,
you
true.
know?
Also, just on the running thing, during Easter, actually, I just remembered we have an oval near our house. We went to the oval, there was, like, 4 of us, and we ran to see who would win. I won, may I mention, but I literally, like, pulled my hamstring or something like I was actually really fast though, so just so you know, so I can still sprint.
You still sprint. Well, you do all the groundwork for sprinting really, like
Well, yeah, like, I think yeah, I mainly strength train, but it does carry over to so many things, so, like, I wouldn't get great at sprinting, but I can fucking do it.
totally. But I think when you're strong and you allow yourself to be strong, you then allow yourself to open it opens up to so many different things. For example, I took Harper on this thing at the Gold Coast here called, the Aqua Park. I'm not sure if you've been up here and seen it. It's like this big inflatable thing in the middle of the ocean, well, in the middle of the ocean, but in the ocean.
Yeah.
And it's hard work. You've got to push yourself out of the water. You got to climb up this thing, like the ladders. Then you go down the slides, and you got to swim to the next thing. I'm not even joking. I reckon I was one of two mums on there.
Well, that's the other thing, I'm like, it would make me so sad not being able to do those things.
Mm,
Like, I went to a trampoline park with my kids, a couple weeks ago, and I had so much fun.
yeah,
I was sweating, like, it was tiring,
yeah,
but yeah, there wasn't any parents there, like,
no,
the kids, they sit up at the top, which
yeah,
fine, like, I get sometimes you're going there to just have a break or whatever, but, like, to be able to do those things with your kids is
yeah.
very important.
But that's where I think, like, let's go then circle back, right? Though, like, that's joy. You just said you had so much fun, right?
Yeah,
Like, that's joy. I had so much fun on the aqua park with Harper, like, so much fun. Like, just you feel like a kid, right? And I think as we age, like, yeah, my wrinkles might tell me I'm 40, and like my birth certificate tells me I'm 40, but really I'm just a fucking 16-year-old, like running around, right? And I think in those moments, again, no one gives a fuck how much you weigh.
yeah,
You know? And, like, when we're going back to that 5 kilo thing, like, 5 kilos? I'm 5 kilos, and I'm 5 kilos heavier than I've ever been in this since I've had cancer. I obviously got down really low during my treatment, but I don't really stand on the scales, and I did the other day because I was like, "I wonder what I weigh." Like, I'm feeling the strongest and leanest and happiest I've ever felt, and I'm 5 kilos heavier than normal,
yeah,
and 21-year-old Danny would have fucking freaked out,
yeah,
but I just worry, like, I worry because also, like, what's that showing your kids? Like, for example, you playing with your kids, and again, I'm not saying fuck, sometimes I sit on the sidelines and watch my kids play, but,
yeah,
you know, your kids are seeing you jump around, eat well, strength train, and then laugh and smile. You know, what are these parents showing their kids if we're not eating? That's the other thing. If we're eating so little that we're not, like you said, we eat for socialization and enjoyment. They're two massive factors in food.
mhm,
And, like, I've had women that go out to lunches and yeah, they don't eat.
yeah.
And you're like, what's that showing your kids? And then you're going home to inject yourself. And then you might look skinnier, but then you're like, are you actually happier?
Yeah, that too. And yeah, again, going back to the news thinking like injections are gonna help the parents help the kids because we have a child obesity issue.
Mm.
And it's like, no, we need to be on the parents' cases. Like, you need to learn. Most people don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to cook, make some homemade meals, like fucking go do some activities, go for a walk, go to the park, whatever. Like, those are the things we need to be focusing on.
Mm.
And this is just a band aid because people want instant gratification. They want it now, they want it quick, and no one wants to wait anymore.
No, no one wants to wait anymore. And also, no one wants to hear that they actually have to make a change. I got sent, you'll love this one. I really try my hardest not to comment on things because I don't want it to take my energy. If people want to feed their kids a certain way and I'm not open to change, and it's very evident that there's no point in me commenting, like it's just going to rile them up, then rile me up. But this one particular post, someone the other day was doing it went viral, like a lunchbox share of her lunchbox, and it was white bread processed sandwiches with Vegemite. Then there was a piece of fruit in there, so I'll give her that. And then like ultra processed, and then yeah, some chips. And then at the end, she was like, it's almost like she was happy at the fact that she was giving some, like she was like some orange juice or apple juice, and she was like, and more sugar. Don't come at me. It's my kids. I can feed them what I want, and this is more sugar. Like it was like she was proud of it. And so many people sent me the reel, of course, right? So then I'm like, don't comment, don't comment. I didn't comment because I was like, you know what, I'm not commenting. But you know what? I was like, I want to change the world. Like, I want to change the world. I want to get people reducing their ultra processed food intake, understanding nutrition and education because health is wealth. And because I've been through something like this, and people say, oh, but I'm fine and I ate all that. And I would say, everyone's fine until they're not fine, right? Like, almost 1 in 4 80s and 90s kids will get bowel cancer now. Terrifying.
Yeah.
So I sent her a voice note.
Oh God.
Bother. But I actually thought about it, and I came from a really nice place. Like I was like, I just want to tell you my story. I want to tell you my why. Like I really would love to change. And it's kind of accounts like hers, I suppose, where we could have some great influence because the toxic empathy through the comments was obviously like, yeah, girl, like that's what I feed my kids. Like, so if we can like start making small changes and get people educated and understand, then maybe that's where it grows. Yeah, it wasn't well received.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, good on ya. But it's it's like it's so weird because it's like cool to not care.
Mm.
Like, same with the iPads or whatever. Yeah, my kids are iPad kids. Like, so what? And my kids, like, I make them chicken nuggets every night. Like, so what? It's like, I'll do what I want. But yeah, it's kind of like this, oh, like, I don't care attitude. They come off like it's cool. And I'm like, I don't know.
Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly jump in here because I have something free on my website that might just be really helpful if you're in that place of wanting to feel a bit better in your body, but you're not really sure where to start. Because I know sometimes it's like, okay, I want more energy. I want to feel stronger. I want my clothes to feel a bit better. I want to stop feeling like I'm just winging it each week. And then you go online and everyone's telling you to do something different. And it just becomes way more confusing than it needs to be. I went and put a free calculator on my website to give you a starting point. It's not about being perfect or obsessing over numbers. It's just there to help you feel a bit more informed and maybe make the whole food thing feel a little less overwhelming. So if you want to have a play around with it, head to danniduncan.com.au/macro-calculator or click the link in my show notes. It's completely free. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to me on Instagram at danni.duncan_. That's very schoolyard to me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I think that like there's so many things to battle. We've got ultra processed food. We've got screen time. There was an article on screen time the other day about how we actually don't know what the impact, long-term impact is going to be for all these kids with their heads in the screen. Like from not being able to engage in society, from neck and back issues. Did you see that one? Because their
Yeah.
heads are always down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not being able to be bored. So then, of course, increased cases of potential ADHD stuff because kids cannot then concentrate or be bored. You
Yeah.
know, I remember being a kid being fucking bored of my tits and just having to make up a game, you know?
Like, Mom, I'm bored. I'll find you something to do. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, totally. I'll just go outside.
Yeah.
But, like, we don't know the long-term effects of that yet, and that's also scary. So we've got that to tackle, then we've got the ultra-processed foods and the companies that are producing these ultra-processed foods. Because now we've got, like, them in school selling shit, so it's like, you're up against this massive beast already, and then we're gonna have this like you said, I think you said teens are already depressed.
Like, you look at the studies and even, like, mom Facebook groups, like, all their teenagers are depressed and they're anxious, they don't know how to socialize, they don't wanna go get jobs because they can't communicate. Like, I don't know if you've talked to a teenager recently, but they can't make eye contact. They're, like, fucking jittery, like, I'm like, "I feel anxious talking to you," and they're not growing social skills, like, and then they don't wanna work because they're doom scrolling all day, like, why would they? Also, that's another thing. I you probably don't do this often, but from time to time, I'll just have a bed rot day, okay?
Yeah.
And, like, I know you don't do this, okay? But I'll doom scroll, and you get depressed.
Mm.
You're like, "I am what am I? What am I doing? Everyone's doing better than me. Everyone looks better than me. The relationships are better. This is better." It's like you're comparing yourself to other people for hours on end, and then you already feel shit because 'cause you're in bed feeling and looking like shit,
Yeah.
and then it's like, "Now I'm definitely not getting up." And
Yeah.
they're doing that all day, every day.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I don't have time to fucking doom scroll to start with.
I know you couldn't relate, but anyways.
But I suppose the other thing I suppose with that is I'm very, very aware of my energy and on where it goes. And I don't want anyone else making like in such a place right now. And this has taken work, guys. Okay. Like I think that people think, oh, Danny's so lucky she's like that. But like I really don't have time for anyone that doesn't lift me up. And I literally put it on my stories this morning because I follow Victoria Eames, is it? Do you follow her? She's fucking hilarious.
No, but I saw the reel you put up.
My God, follow her. She's fucking hilarious. But, I always say, like, unless someone's inspiring you, educating you, or challenging you in a good way,
Mhm.
or making you laugh, like it shouldn't be into your realm. Like, this is why when people send me this shit of these, I'm please don't send me this. Like, I'm in a good mood.
Yeah, like, you're like, "No, I gotta go fight wars."
Literally, like, "What?" But yeah, like, my only comparison these days is me, and I think that comes from years and years of comparing myself to other people, right? Like, I used to be like, "I need to be skinny like her, I need to be more like." And I do find myself doing it in some cases because I do follow accounts that inspire me, but at the same time they inspire me, sometimes I go, "I'm not doing as much as them," or "I'm not doing as good as them," and I have to remind myself, you see a snippet of their life, that's the thing they're doing well at the moment, but you don't know what else is going on in their life,
Yeah.
you know? I just
I'm similar with, like, powerlifting.
Mm,
I see girls and I'm like, "Fuck, they're so strong," and, like, it feels so far away,
mm,
but it's like you could look at it and go like, "Oh, it's easy for them," or,
mm,
"They're strong because of this," or, "They might be on steroids," or whatever.
mm.
Or I could go, "Shit, they worked really hard to get that
Mm.
strong," and I can use that as motivation, and it's like, "Okay, I just need to fucking keep pushing and keep." You can use it as encouragement to be better, I suppose, as well.
Mm,
But yeah, unfortunately, I think a lot of people use people doing better as an excuse to why they don't need to try.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And because, and this is the thing, whenever you start something, you're at the bottom, and don't be fooled that people doing well started somewhere. Like you could never lift 100 kilos back then, right? Like I'm up to like post. I mean, I've got a like I had a fucking baby, then I got fucking cancer, so I feel like my postpartum journey got fucked up a little bit.
Yeah, you're rude.
It's fucking rude. I'm up to 7 pull-ups now, right, though, which sounds like sometimes I say that out loud, I'm like, "It sounds so shit," but, like, I
Yeah,
just fucking had cancer, so,
I
you know,
can't do one. Oh, I can maybe do one.
yeah, you probably do it, but, like, so I can do something, but then, for example, I go in the gym and these girls are, like, fucking smashing out these pull-ups, like, and I look
Mhm,
and I'm like, "Fuck." And I'm like and again, like, I could be like, "Well, I'm not even gonna bother trying because it seems so far away,"
mhm.
or I can go, "Well, actually, 6 months ago, I couldn't even fucking do one." So and like anything you start, you're going to be at the bottom. And the only way to get better is to keep going. And I think, it's the same with business. It's the same with your fat loss goals. It's the same with your strength goals. You don't fail. You just actually just stop. doing the thing,
Yeah.
you know? I worry that we're just in a world where, like you said, people are doom scrolling so much. Everyone wants a quick fix, and you're comparing ourselves to each other. And I just think if this generation of women cannot fucking man up, that sounds terrible. I'm not gonna say that word. Let's say think of another saying. What's another fucking? Why
Gross.
don't we say man up? That's such a
I
fucking weird
don't
thing.
know.
That
I always say like grow some balls, but yeah, we're referring to men as again, but
yeah, and also balls are squishy and soft and
yeah, very fragile. Grow a fucking vagina and
yeah, literally.
they're pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, they're very tough, but like, yeah, grow a vagina. Then let's just say that, and then like, and realize that the things you're doing are going to directly impact your kids, and they're looking up to you, and they see so much more than you realize. You know, like I really care about little people. I've got obviously 5 million of my own, and
Mhm,
I just the other thing I suppose that worries me is that we in this household are trying our best to be positive role models, right?
mhm,
We yeah, eat really well. We talk about food all the time. Like actually, really cute at the kitchen table last night. The kids were telling me all the other crap that other kids have in their lunch boxes.
mhm.
Like mummy, mummy, mummy. And because the twins are now going to a kinder that where I have to make their lunch. And so, oh my God, mummy, mummy, mummy. This person had these chocolate biscuits. They don't know what they're called because we don't have them. They're brown and they've got white stuff in the middle. I'm like, oh, Arius.
Oh.
This kid has this kind of hand. This, and then Harper's like, oh my God, like this kid has this all the time. Like, and I'm like, does anyone have any veggies in their lunchbox? And they're like, nah. Harper was like, oh, maybe one kid does. Actually, the one child that Harper said has the best lunchbox in her class is a Korean kid.
Because they know it's what?
And we know what's up, right? Like Japanese lunches and Korean lunches in their schools, there is no ultra processed food allowed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we are doing the best to like create really healthy kids because I don't want them to fucking go through what I've gone through. Really healthy kids that love their bodies, that want to be strong, that we show them like, that we're allowed to get angry, we're allowed to get upset, but we're also allowed to heal and we're allowed to like mend things. And I worry that as the kids get older and these other children are getting influenced negatively through things like injections,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to at some stage explain that to my children.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one because my oldest is 11
Mm.
and the conversations are already starting like, all his friends have phones and it's like not fair or whatever. I got him like a watch so he can call me like if he goes on bike rides or whatever. So I'm trying to like mate 16.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
dude.
16. But also lunch boxes is a huge one because he's like, my lunch is literally embarrassing. Like he's embarrassed by his lunch because it's so healthy. And like some days he'll come home, he hasn't eaten anything because he's like, I'm not opening my lunch in front of people.
Honestly,
Yeah. So I'm like, well, like what? I don't know what to do about that. I'm like, I don't know, mate. Like, how is it embarrassing?
that is an issue, right? That is a major issue.
Yeah.
And I've trying to find a way, and I've hit a brick wall lately. Well, all stages. It's not a brick wall, but like I want to like I've gone to schools before in daycares, right? It was
Mhm.
great, but actually I realized that's not where it starts. There's no fucking point telling a fucking 5-year-old to not eat cereal if the fucking parent is the one buying the food, right? They're not toddling down to the supermarket. But how do you get parents attending a workshop where I'm basically going to tell them that they're feeding their kids so much shit? Obviously, I'm not going to say it like that, but no one's attending.
Well, yeah, it's like they need to care enough.
I know.
I don't know if it's not lack of caring for their child, obviously. I just think they truly don't understand
Mm.
the impact. Yeah.
I saw someone talking, I think it was on The Proof or someone's podcast, and they were saying something like, if you are eating like more than like 10 to 20% ultra processed foods, you are basically asking for a chronic disease later in life. And like that's that saying like, oh, but they're fine. Yeah, they're fine now. But like our life expectancy is like 83 or something, right? Like
Yeah.
if you get a chronic disease in your 40s and 50s, that's a fucking long time to be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like so unfair to the kid because they're gonna grow up, like the child obesity thing is an issue right now. And it's like it's so unfair because they didn't choose that.
Mm,
It's not up to them what comes into their house.
no.
The education is not there.
No,
and now they're going to struggle for their whole life
for the whole life. Yeah,
because it's really hard to beat a habit that you've been doing for 10, 20 years.
100%. And I mean, you and I coach these people. We coach
Oh, yeah.
the byproducts of these habits that have been poorly formed in childhood
Yeah.
now, you know, and
Yeah.
it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I mean, before it was like, oh, lack of education, they don't know where to find it, blah blah blah. But it's like there's so much free resource education now,
No.
and I don't know if it's like times are tough, shit's expensive, people are working hard. Like my husband works 6 days a week, the guy's exhausted. Like I get it,
Mm,
but it's like, what did you think like having kids was gonna be?
mm,
Like, it is hard, and that's the other thing with, like, iPads and stuff, it's like it's easier to just give it to them than deal with the tantrums, than deal with whatever, but it's like it's hard. It's meant to be hard.
yeah, it's meant to be hard. And I think the other thing that people forget is that I think that people think they're unicorns. Because, like, if I could tell you how many women come to me and it's the same shit, like, oh, I'm like, I have kids, I don't have time, we have after school activities, my husband works away, I work full time. Like, sweetheart, there is nothing new going on there. Like, you are
Well,
not a unicorn, you are not alone, everyone's busy. Everyone's got a fucking less time. Everyone's like struggling with the economy. Like we all shop at the same place. We're all fucking getting the same petrol. Like
yeah,
you're not a unicorn and your excuses aren't gonna fly. Yeah.
but it's also, like, health and fitness, if look after your nutrition and move your body and whatever, you're gonna save a lot of money.
Yes.
It's a lot cheaper. Like, I always think, when people say, "Oh, I don't have the money or the time or whatever," and, like, let's say they're obese or morbidly obese, I'm like, you'd be eating quite a lot, which is quite expensive if we're being fully honest.
Oh my god.
Or I'm like, well, you have the money because but it makes like, I see, like, let's say America, for example, like, people who are morbidly obese eating, like, 5,000 calories a day. I'm like, "Do you know how fucking expensive that is?"
Mm.
It's actually really expensive to be oh,
Overweight.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I had after this I giggled because I've never actually fucking thought of it like
I
like
mean, that shit's expensive.
that shit's expensive. And like that's the other thing that I try and show through some of my content. Fuck, I wish I could like produce like 50 pieces of content a day sometimes, but then people would never watch it. But like like I tried to show in one, like, actually, because of the low, like, satiety feeling in these ultra processed foods, like, they do not fill you up. They're low nutrient dense. You
Mhm.
have to have more of it anyway. You wonder why, you give your kids chips and they go, I'm hungry. Yeah, you fucking haven't filled them up. You fill them up with air, you know? Give them a protein ball and a banana, and I probably guarantee they'll be like, okay, I'm fine now.
Well, that's the thing, when I get women working with me and I'll put them on, like, 2,000 calories or something, they're like, "I literally cannot eat this much." And I'm like, "You've been eating far more than that."
Yeah.
But you're focusing on your protein, you're focusing on fiber, you're making good choices, you're going for volume food, etc.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this is what it feels like to eat whole foods.
Totally. Yeah, I get the same thing. Even with people on like 16, 1700 calories, right? And they go like, I literally cannot eat all this food. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, like same thing. Like, well, you've been eating double that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I just don't believe it. I'm like, you have, trust me.
totally. And then people see like something like probably you or me and like, because people always go, do a day in life what you eat. And I'm like, I really don't like that shit because I eat a fuckload. And if I show you what I eat, it's not going to be relevant to what you do, right? The only reason I'll do it from like a whole foods perspective. Like, look at how I eat without ultra processed foods in a day. Actually, maybe that's what I should target it as.
Yeah.
Because everyone's calories are going to be different, and the way that I live my life is completely different. But the education piece is just what we're missing. And if the government actually wanted to spend money on some forums and some education rather than just giving parents, GLP-1s, then we would actually have we'd have better health outcomes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. But also the government or whoever doesn't make money off of healthy people.
Unfortunately not, no. Well, that's the other thing, like and I know it's a bit of a cliche saying, but, like, you spend money like, you spend time. Like, you don't have time, right? Like, I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to prep. Like, I'm this busy, like everyone is. I don't have time. But from someone that has had to make time for their illness, and I still have to, I'm going to have to make time for my illness for the rest of my life. I had to go for a blood test the other day. I had to have a doctor's appointment. I've got a PET scan in 2 weeks. That's another 4 hours out of my day. I've got another colonoscopy, which I have every 6 months. So that's another, I mean, not just a few hours out of my day. I'm fucking like 2 days out of my life. Then I've got yeah, like that happens every 3 monthly, and then 6 monthly and 12 monthly. Like I've got things every 3 months basically for the rest of my life, right? I hate fucking making that time, especially because I'm a healthy person, right? So you tell yourself that you don't have time for this shit, but you are gonna have to make time for this kind of stuff if you don't look after yourself, you
Yeah.
know? And you unfortunately you'll find the time. You find the time for the doctor's appointments, you know? The other thing that asks me is just that, you know, I suppose, like, people, like we said, like the Facebook groups looking like drug deals. It's like, where are people getting this from? Do they even actually know?
It's all I mean, unless you get GLP-1 through, yeah, the doctor or whatever.
Mm,
But a lot of people are using like retatrutide now.
yeah.
It's like a GLP-1, but well, I guess it is one. I don't really know, but it's more like a cheaper option, more of like a black market vibes.
Mm, yeah.
A
What's
lot of
in
people
that
just,
body?
yeah, taking that. Because it is cheaper because I don't actually know how much it costs, but from what I understand, it's quite expensive to be on a GLP-1
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you do it the right way.
You do it the right way. Um, but even I had someone the other day actually message me and say it actually fucked her life. She said, my hair's fallen out. I've had to come off it. Like my hair was falling out. I felt sick. Um,
Mhm.
she said, and when she went to got it, it was an online GP, and she lied about her weight to get
Oh,
it.
it's so easy to get.
So easy. She said, "Yeah, I just put I was 10 kilos heavier than I actually am, and I'm already overweight, so it was like just to make it worse."
Yeah.
There's no other questions were asked. No one asked about my diet.
Is that in Australia?
Yeah,
Yeah. Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. People got like links in their bio and affiliate links, and you can get it. If you want it, you can get it.
Yeah, and I always like I have a little joke. It's not fucking funny actually. This is the thing. It's not funny, and this conversation isn't funny. And people make it like it's so normal. But I always joke that like well the Duncan kids are gonna rule the world because
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. 100%.
and be the ones that are strong. I can't with the like I mean, you and me both used to do drugs back in the day, and like I remember like yeah, messaging like drug dealer. Literally, that's what it looks like. Like, how much for this? How many grams do you take?
Yeah. I'm like, we're better off just doing cocaine at this point.
At this point, especially when you don't like.
Surely it's better. I mean, it's not cheaper here, but fuck. God damn. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And also like you're injecting yourself. So like do you know how to do that safely? Like is someone teaching you that cuz you can get infections from that as well.
Yeah, totally. And then I just I suppose I don't think people will realize like, and the other thing I suppose that came up the other day actually is someone said, "Oh, Danny, you know that there's research now to show that it reduces inflammation," and I was like, "But no shit, Sherlock, because if you're eating less and you're losing fat, of course it's reducing inflammation. But like you can also do that with food
Yeah.
and exercise. Like the biggest inflammation reducer is movement. So don't go and tell me that that reduces inflammation. Like that's ridiculous. Omega 3 also reduces inflammation. Go have some fucking salmon,
Yeah.
you know?
That's the thing like they're going to be on it for the rest of their lives.
Mm.
Like there's studies like every other fad diet within 1 to 2 years they gain all the weight back. GLP-1s is the exact same. I read a study on it the other day. They gain it back. They gain
Yeah.
the weight back, if not more.
Mm.
So it's like either you got to be prepared to be on it for the rest of your life, which it seems like a lot of people are more than happy to do, which seems fucking wild to me. Or actually change your habits whilst you're on it so that you can come off of it and you already have those habits there.
Yeah. You know what's funny, which is a bit touche, right? But if you can create a habit around injecting yourself at the same time every single day, you can create a habit around what you eat and how you move. It's the same thing.
But again, it's hard. Like eating healthy, making good choices, working out, whatever. It's hard.
Mm.
I literally get people messaging me saying like, "Thank you for acknowledging that it's hard."
Mm.
I think a lot of people, I don't know if it's a sales tactic or whatever, but they kind of paint it as like it's easy. It's not.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. I mean, I don't diet very often. I did like a year ago. I'm like, this shit's hard.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. But that's the other thing. People, I get clients who are freaking out because they feel hungry.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's it. People don't know how to be uncomfortable.
No.
They cannot deal with it.
Nope.
I'm like, it's okay. You're a little bit hungry.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen whilst you're in a deficit. It sounds bad, but that's actually not a bad thing.
No.
It means the deficit is working.
Yeah. I always say, like, for the first 7 to 10 days, you're probably going to be hungry
Yeah.
because your body is used to eating potentially double what you're eating. And yeah, you're going to be hungry. But if you are consistently hungry, obviously, then okay, like,
Yeah,
let's,
your calories are probably too low or your
yeah.
sleep shit or something's going on, but
Yeah.
having moments of hunger is
Yeah. But then that's why, like, and this is going to fucking, I don't know, this is not going to, people aren't going to like this, right? If you're a fucking adult, you can be a little hungry. You know,
yeah. Yeah.
you're not going to die.
You're not gonna die. It's gonna be okay.
Gonna be okay. Even like when you're working out, like, I do loads of my workouts obviously online, but from time to time I do stuff in person. And I do find it also interesting to see people's thresholds,
Mhm.
like, no, that hurts, I have to stop. I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's supposed to hurt because
Yeah.
you've not done it before, you
Yeah.
know? And I think as soon as people feel a little bit of pain, a little bit of uncomfortableness, a little bit of, oh, it's like, no, that's bad. And then people will start to, my nervous system's telling me that that's not okay. I'm like, no, it's not. So your muscle's going, whoa, you've never fucking worked me before.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, your brain doesn't know the difference between a bear fucking chasing you and you pushing your muscles to failure.
Totally.
Doesn't know the difference.
No, no.
So, I mean, it's okay to test your nervous system.
Totally. And you know what? Like, we're not supposed to be like this all the time. That's the other thing. Like, we're not supposed to have these like level hormones all the time or these level moods. Like, it's okay to go up and down. And
Mhm.
like, and that's why I do try and show it a lot on my page. Like, I mean, obviously it's my saying, like, you can do hard things, but like anything you got to do that to better yourself is it is going to be hard. Otherwise, everyone will do it. You know, 0.01% of the population run a marathon, right? 0.01. Okay.
Not in that number.
You are not in that number. No. But I am. And
Yeah.
guess what? It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, I have to do a 32-kilometer run on Sunday, and already it's Friday. Already I'm like, fuck.
Oh man,
I'm like, that's 3 hours of running.
that's a literal nightmare. If you ask me, like, oh my god. But I actually have so much respect for people who run because I don't do it, but I already know it's fucking hard.
Yeah. But like, that's the same with me with you with your powerlifting. Like, I look at that and go, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I wouldn't be able to move that bar, Bailey, that you lift. Like, I would be like, excuse me, it's stuck to the ground.
Did you put glue here?
You've glued this. Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of anything, like, not anything worse, but like, for me, that's my nightmare, right?
Mhm.
And could I do it if someone said to save your kid's life, you have to deadlift what Bailey is in? Like, okay, you had some time to do it. You have to can build up your strength. Would I do it? Of course,
Yeah.
because I'd create a habit around it. I do it consistently. I
Yeah.
fucking hate it, but I would do it, right?
Yep.
Like, we can, as humans, do anything really we want within reason of, like,
Mhm.
you know, if you've got a fucking dislocated knee, you're not going to be able to run. But do you know what I mean? Like, within reason, like, you can do anything you want. And like you said, like, running's your nightmare, deadlifting, like powerlifting is my nightmare. But you would do it if you had to, right?
Yeah.
But people don't want to do things that are hard. And the thing is, as well, it's like, well, what do you want in life? You want to be like, most people just want to be happier, right? They want to be happier in how they look. They want to be happier in how they move. They want to have a bit of freedom, right? But all those things take things that are hard.
Yeah. That's just something I always talk about. I'm like, everyone wants the balance, they want the freedom, they want this, they want that, but they don't realize to get there takes discipline and structure.
Mm.
You don't get the balance, you don't get the body you love and all of that without a level of sacrifice and discipline.
Yeah.
We have the food freedom now because we're disciplined
Yeah.
and sacrifice things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you see where we're at. Like I, eat out or whatever, and people are like, "Oh, like how do you do that and look the way you look?" And I'm like, "Because I spent many years not doing what I do now."
Yeah. 100%.
But
Yeah.
also, that's like one meal or one day out of the week
Mm.
or the month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
100%. And even then, to be honest, I don't know where you're at in your journey, but like Chris and I had like a little fucking almost of a cry earlier because as my health journey goes on, right? I would say it started, how old am I? I'm turning 41. I met Chris when I was 31. I just started my health journey, like started being like, dude, you have to fucking eat more and lift fucking more weights, right? Like stop this shit. Okay.
mhm,
Literally 2016, I was a really fucking shitty year. I went through some breakups, had made some shitty decisions. I was doing some like those drugs and was like, was full, like 48 kilos and, you know, and so when I met Chris, it was almost like a catalyst of going, this guy's really fucking cool. And you like this guy, like sort your shit out. Okay. And so that's probably my journey. It's been over 10 years. And over that time, like loads has happened, like removed ultra processed foods over the course of the time. Like it wasn't like today we are going to remove all ultra processed foods. It's been a fucking journey, right?
mhm.
You know, to the point where I started making my own bread. Okay. Like if you told me like 10 years ago, you don't make your own bread, you'd be like, fuck off. Like that's fucked.
Yeah, yeah,
A complete journey to the point where then obviously bowel cancer has really like ramped that up for me, right?
mhm,
For obvious reasons.
yeah,
But the more I learn, the more I understand what food does to our bodies, different chemicals do to our bodies, the more I feel better. Chris today, and this is fucking hard, this is weird for him, right? He called me, he's in Adelaide for work. He goes, guess what I just did last night? I went, what? And he goes, threw away a packet of peanut M&Ms. And M's. And I was like, that's his fucking favorite thing in the world, Bailey. Okay. And I
yeah,
went, oh, talk to me because I don't eat them anymore, right? Too many colors for me. Like, I don't want the colors.
yeah,
He went, similar thing to what you've been saying, babe. He goes, I just had one. And after all the shit that you talk about and the stuff I now know, I put it in my mouth and I was like, I just don't enjoy this anymore. Like, it's just not something that I want to put in my body. He's also training for his first marathon, which he fucking hates. Okay. And he's
wow,
like, I'm just feeling so strong. I'm feeling so good. I just, yeah, don't want it. And I said, you know what, babe? We've got some Cadbury chocolate in the cupboard and I don't want it either. Like, he goes, who are we? This is not who we are.
yeah,
You know? And it's
yeah,
a journey, and it's like, yeah, again, you told me 6 months ago I wasn't gonna be eating Cadbury chocolate, I would've been like, "Fuck off, I'm never fucking giving up Cadbury chocolate." I'm still eating chocolate, by the way, but I've got, like, dark chocolate, you know, that again, who am I? Who is this person? I don't know who you are, but it's a journey, and it's slow and progressional, and when you start to feel better, like you said, you got freedom and you feel good, like, as I said, I feel like I've got so much energy, like, I'm turning 41, people think I'm fucking 25. Okay, sometimes my wrinkles probably don't, like, tell me I'm 25, but, like, the energy I've got and the way I can move and, like, you know, all that stuff, it's like that doesn't come from the not having the sacrifices.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And yeah, it takes time. Like that's the other thing. Yeah, social media, you see where people are now. It's like you don't know the backstory, you don't know how long it took.
No.
Um, like we've talked before, my oldest lived off chicken nuggets, and a doctor told me he's malnourished. So I get it when it
Yeah.
comes to picky kids and not making good choices for yourself or for them.
Yeah.
But like when you learn and know more, then you do better.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Oh my god, well, I suppose time will tell. But also, I think conversations like this and you and me just doing what we're doing and, you know, making waves. People don't like hearing the hard stuff around like GLP-1s. They want that quick fix, but I just want to really, I suppose the message on this podcast was like, what are we showing our kids? Like, what are we instilling our kids? How are we helping them create habits, long-term health? Like, I know it's really easy and it can be, and like, I'm not also discrediting how people feel shit right now, right? Like, I get it. You
yeah,
know? And it's hard to not feel comfortable in your body. I've been there, right? Like it's hard, but being unhealthy is harder. And also raising kids that aren't emotionally stable, that have good habits is also hard.
I yeah, I always say like in 10 years time, there will be documentaries about this,
Yeah.
like 10, 20 years ago, heroin chic, this and that, and now we laugh at it and go, "Wow, what a fucking time that was."
Yeah.
It's gonna be the exact same.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, stay tuned. The Haslam Duncan kids will be
Ruling the world.
in the world. All right, my love. Well, until next time.
Thank you.